The Enlightenment was a time when people's views on society changed, and others even started to question things. This was a period of free thinking. It changed the way we viewed and understood the world, and we developed better reasoning from it too. New ideas were created about relationships with government and religion. The question of why people create really connects with the purpose of this era. The creations and development of new ideas guided people into a better way of thinking. This widened the knowledge of others and gave people a better education and understanding on the world. Philosophers helped on shaping these ideas with sharing their own thoughts, with reasoning on their own beliefs. One of the famous philosophers of the time was John Locke. Locke stressed the idea of natural rights, which were life, liberty, and property. Government was another subject that he had strong opinions about. He shared that an ideal government is one that can be accepted by all people, but still have limited power. The main purpose of a government was to protect the natural rights of people, and if that couldn't be done, then the people could overthrow it. His ideas would later influence Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Hobbes, on the other hand, had different ideas. He believed that people were born evil and selfish, and that was just a part of human nature. And the only way to control the people was to have a powerful government, or an absolute monarchy, that would be able to maintain order. They also had the responsibility of protecting people from their own selfishness and cruelty. He doubted democracy and that people were motivated by self-interest. In his book, Leviathan, he argued that civil peace could only be achieved by a social contract. A French philosopher by the name of Montesquieu published a popular book about political theory called The Spirit of Laws. This popular book about political theory really explained why he favored the idea of a constitutional system of government and the necessity of a separation of powers. He stressed the ideas of individualism and how certain laws could not be applied to everyone. Another important philosopher was Rousseau. His ideas are what influenced the Declaration of Independence. In order for one to make a decision that is best for society, he thought that you must see what the majority wants, and that is what should speak for the entire society. And if a leader could not promise that, then the people could overthrow them. Mary Estelle was one of the early women philosophers of the Enlightenment era. She was also known for being one of the first feminists because of her belief in the education of women and dealing with the subject of marriage. She wrote the book Serious Proposal to the Ladies, saying that women needed better education. It was influenced when she got involved with well-educated women and wanted to change the overall status of women in general. Some major events that occurred during this time was in 1689 when the English Bill of Rights was created. It was a British law and passed by the Parliament of Great Britain. It stated that rights and the liberties of the people, also settling the glorious revolution sequence of William III and Mary II. In 1688, when James II was removed suddenly and forcefully from office. The culture during this era really emphasized reason and analysis rather than traditional ways of thinking. It was influenced by philosophers and challenged the church. This time period changed science, philosophy, politics, and society dramatically. Most leaders in this era were Jesuit educated. They stressed discipline and other traits that philosophers thought were important. Even though they were taught through certain religious groups, they mostly opposed them because they thought that they were trying to take their freedom. The main religion of this time period was deism, which was the belief in one God. At the same time, they weren't completely controlled by religion because they applied reason to everything.